What's up, people? Today I don't have a draft for you, I have a little bit of standard. I'm going to be playing Black-Green Energy, which is, I think, a pretty good deck that's quite well positioned right now. I'm currently 12 and 3 in leagues, in competitive leagues, so I've played 3 leagues and went 4-1 every time. And here I'm starting a new league. This deck is pretty simple, but pretty sweet, with a lot of synergies. I'm not gonna make a deck tag because I think everything is pretty obvious, but this is kind of my list. There are some tweaks I made, and overall, I mean, you don't have a choice. Most of the cards are staples that are played in most Black-Green Energy lists. I've been pretty impressed with Ronath, I guess. Other than that, it's pretty standard, but we'll be playing that, and let's jump into a match. Alright. Well, we cannot keep that. This we can keep, though. We'll be leading with Hissing Quagmire over Forest Rampager, because we'd rather be able to cast that on turn 2 than get some random energy here. Definitely don't want to draw another Ballista. Mulliganing on the play is pretty rough, but what can you do? Being on a play is really good in standard right now. I mean, I guess it's true for most formats. I'm gonna lead with Cub, and if it leads, I can go next turn Constrictor, Cub, get 3 energy, and then put 2 counter. Looks like they just have a fatal push though. Could be Mardu, could be zombies. Looks like Mardu. Sure. Mardu is gonna be a little bit difficult with this mulligan on the play, but maybe we can try our best. Yeah, don't think we'll need to Blossoming Defense here. If they want to spend their turn using a removal on Constrictor, I'm fine with that actually, if they are not attacking with Heart. And this way I generated 1 energy by casting Rampager here. And next turn I can go Rampager and still have a little bit of energy for the Ether Hub. Scrounger, no problem. I mean, it's annoying, but what can you do? Mardu is usually a pretty good matchup, I feel like. I've been happy with this matchup so far, at least. And here we'll just drop Rishkar and we'll start racing. You can just be much bigger creature than they can. Heart of Kiran is annoying but beatable. Yeah, I think this matchup is just perfectly fine. Like, they are dealing 4 but taking 8. This is not great for them. Interesting. First thing first, let's attack. Well, they are mana screwed, which definitely helps us, but still. Yep, you got me. Yeah, at this point I believe we don't really care a lot about Blossoming Defense. Oh no, it's not true. Because if you draw a land and disintegrate something, things starts to be kind of medium for us. I think we are winning this race. Yeah, I think we just dropped the elephant actually. And we can finish them off with the Ballista / Blossoming Defense if necessary. But here if they draw land, well, they draw a tap land, but if they had drawn an untap land, their play would most likely been attack with Hurt, disintegrate one of our guys so they can kill us. But here we can stop that with Blossoming Defense basically, which is huge. And here they go down to 1 if they have nothing. And it looks like they have nothing, okay. If they try to use a Fatal Push, we can defense and they die. If they don't, they just go down to 1, and then we can simply ballista and kill them. Kaboom. Alright. And games becomes even much easier, I think, post-board, where we have a couple cards that, like Manglehorn, that are pretty good. I've been fairly impressed with Ronas in this matchup. I want my Never Return for their Planeswalker. Tracker, potentially. Flaying Tendrils I don't mind on the draw. I don't really want to play it on the play, though. Same with Transgress of the Mind. I'd rather have that on the play and not on the draw. So, what do we cut? We can cut a Rishkar. I'm not the biggest fan of Greensleeve Siphoner on the draw in this matchup. It's a little bit slow. Blossoming Defense is pretty good. Not crazy, but I think I'm gonna maybe cut one. Or not, I guess. Ronas has been pretty good for me in this matchup. Not sure about Flaying Tendrils, actually. Tracker, we don't have to play. It's not super grindy, even though they get Planeswalker in the later, in the post-board game, they have more Planeswalker. This is not really a grindy matchup. I would not call it a grindy matchup. Not the biggest fan of Tendrils, actually. We can cut one Ballista, I believe. I'm still trying out stuff, so there could be something you know, some choice you don't agree with, but that's perfectly fine. I don't think Liliana is especially good here. I've put her in the sideboard, but I don't even know when I want her. I think in the mirror she should be pretty good, other than that, not so good. Yeah, I think we'll run that. Okay, that's solid. We don't have any reroll, which is slightly annoying, but we have turn 1, get an energy with Rampager, turn 2, Constrictor or Ballista. I mean, 3 lands plus 3 castable creature, I don't believe you mulligan, even though the hand is not like crazy. Obviously, if they have the nut, Toolcraft Exemplar into Heart of Kiran draw, things can get clunky pretty quickly, but actually, I believe we cast Hissing Quagmire, and we don't care about getting 1 energy off the Rampager, because by having another untap land, this kind of does the same thing later on. We can play the Rampager later. Did I keep the 1-lander? No, okay. Cub. Interesting. In most cases, you want to cast the Cub first. But here I could see playing Constrictor first, because if they have a revolt, we'd rather have them kill Constrictor than Cub. Nah. Yeah, they probably, if they kept a hand that's kind of slow, where their best turn 2 is Inspector, I'm pretty sure they have Fatal Push. And I'd rather, well, no, actually, no. I think the Cub is actually worse than Constrictor pretty much all the time. I'd rather have 2 Constrictor than 1 Cub, 1 Constrictor. And I have a Ballista and Gear Hulk, so having a Constrictor around is going to be good. So if they have push, they can push that. And if they don't have anything, then it's better, because next turn I might get to attack and start generating energy and, you know, do the Cub shenanigans. Yeah, they do have a push, which is pretty much what we expected. And also next turn we can go Constrictor into Rampager, which is kind of good. Blooming March, okay, I can use that. We'll get hit for 3 from the Scrappy Scrounger, but I mean, nothing we can do about that, really. Okay. Double push is sweet for them. Annoying for us. If they have a Gideon here, we probably lose, but Nahir is pretty good too. This is kind of a case where they have a bunch of revol into a planeswalker, and that's good against us, obviously. Yeah, I guess we go Constrictor, Rampager. And then, depending on what they have, Gerhalt could still be good enough to win the game. Now, if they brought in some Fumigates, things could get a little bit tougher. It really depends. I like them cycling first. Interesting that they do not loot first. Oath of Chandra. Okay. Sure. So they really went super deep onto the Planeswalker plan here. I guess we might want to be worried about Nahiri's ultimate if they do have Glorybringer in their deck. That's an issue. So I think we play Ballista for 2 and ping the Nahiri for 1. Because, well, if they were to ultimate, I would not be super unhappy, but if they go Glorybringer, attack, kill your Rampager, attack you down to 7, then they get back the Glorybringer, so they don't care about Exert and they can replay it next turn. Is just awful. I think we have to respect that and make sure they don't ultimate right away. And next turn, if the Ballista leaves, we can probably put a bunch of counter on Ballista and start to apply a little bit more pressure. At least we hope. Loot, okay. Yeah, double fatal push into turn 4 Planeswalker on the play is very difficult for us to beat. Chandra too, oh my god. Interesting choice. Yeah, they really brought in all the control cards, which I think... I mean, it's a cool sideboard tech, but I feel like Mardu player are not siding very well often. Like, I think on the play, you want to keep your aggression most of the time. It might just be me. Alright. So how do we do that? We are casting Gerhulk now. How do we put counters? So we cannot kill both Planeswalker. I don't think there's a world in which we can do that. So we can put 2 counter on Ballista, 1 on the Rampager, kill the Inspector using the Ballista, and I guess I might as well put everything on the Ballista actually. Yeah, and we kill Chandra, and how much should we care about the ultimate? I think Glorybringer is a real problem here, and is gonna kill us. So 4. Yeah, I guess we can do that. Okay. I figure out what I want to do. So I'm gonna put everything on Ballista. Kill that Inspector. Kill Chandra. and use 2 more counter to make sure they cannot fetch a Glory Bringer next turn. And then we have Ronas, and we are not in the worst spot. Because they need... I guess they have 2 shot at top decking something because Nahiri loots. But they need something rather solid to come back here. Because otherwise Ronas is gonna shortly just let us get rid of the Planeswalker and kill them. And I don't believe it's great for them to exile something with Nahiri. Not sure what my opponent's doing here. They cannot block with Scroungers, so I don't quite get this. Yes, please. Obviously, if they top deck their Fumigate, we are in trouble, but I don't think there's a lot we can do around that. They are attacking. Okay, they top deck Fumigate. Which is kind of lame, because otherwise I think we are winning that game pretty easily, but yeah, I guess shit happens. Oh, no Fumigation? Oh, they are playing Walking Ballista against black-green. That seems very bad. I don't fully understand this choice. Why? Ballista against black-green? Like, I side out most of my Siphoners. Okay. Strange. So we're still kind of in trouble, I guess. Yeah, we cannot do anything great here, because if we... No, there's nothing very good to do. We're gonna lose, but we're gonna trade Ballista for Ballista no matter what. So, yeah, remove a counter. Jeez, doing math with Ballista is just awful. Remove a counter from my 1/1 Ballista, put a counter, deal 1 damage. Then they don't have any good answer, I guess. We get the damage. Yeah. Yeah, sure. But now your Ballista dies because it had 1 damage, so you can't kill mine. Things went according to the plan. Ballista. Still a bit... I don't know, it feels weird. I feel like you wanted to sack your clue first before doing that. Because if you draw land of the clue, I don't know. I guess they want to block with Shambling Vent. This doesn't seem good though. Either hub. The issue if I attack with Ballista is I'm not killing Nahiri, I think. And Ronas, then if I lose a creature cannot attack anymore, which is pretty bad. I could just make it bigger. I could just play Ronas, Ether Hub, make my Ballista bigger. Now do I attack? If I attack, they can double block. And then we trade Ballista for Shambling Vent. No, that seems awful. Alright. We'll not put a counter yet on Ballista. Generally you want to do that when they cannot answer, but here we want to wait because so we can use the Ronas ability and make them unable to attack with their Scrappy Scrounger, which is going to come back now. Otherwise they can just attack with Scrounger, and we don't want to trade Ballista for Scrounger, obviously. Also we can hold up Hissing Quagmire. Yep. Alright, they're still a little bit flooded. They did not attack. They could have a removal as their last card, but not a ton I can do about that. Yeah, I guess we try to put a counter on Ballista, hope they still have nothing, but I guess if they had a removal they would have used it already. I mean, yeah, I think they would have used it. And we attack Nahiri with both and see what they want to do about that. Activating Shambling Vent, yes sir. I mean, if they have nothing in hand, they really have no good block here. Alright. And if they baited me and let me put 2 counter on the Ballista to bait me, I'm fine with that. I don't think they have something. You don't let me get 2 counter on the Ballista if you have something that just seems not good. Because here now, if they, let's say they go Disintegration or Fatal Push, I can kill the Shambling Vent with the counters. They lost their Inspector for no reason, and I can still deal 1 to Nahiri so it doesn't ultimate. I mean, sometimes you should play around Disintegration, removal and whatnot, but here, if they had it, they would have cast it. It doesn't really make any sense to wait, I believe. Looks like they just forgot about Rana's ability, maybe. Not entirely sure what's going on. Take that, though. And yeah, we'll not be killing Nahiri here. Whatever, I mean, they can loot a little bit more. That's annoying, but not a ton I can do. There's a chance I should have played my land actually. Don't really want them to know I'm completely out of gas, but playing the land means if I draw another one, I can use run at 3 time, which could be relevant. Yes, sure. I don't actually mind that too much. Trading run as for Nahiri here. Oh crap! Jesus Christ, I was clicking through. Jeez, that's lame. Oh my god. They might just win this game off a random MTGO thing. That's really lame. I top deck, but oh my god. And my opponent definitely used that mid combat to try to make me miss the thing. That's just super lame and stupid. God. Oh, Rampager's pretty good, at least. I'm dead to disintegration, but I'm not playing around that anymore at this point. What a lame move. Jesus. Well, if anything, they're flooding, so there is that. Okay. I mean, we're going for the 2-turn clock here. I'm not gonna try to hold off blocker to play around disintegration, because if they top that disintegration, kill the Rampager, and we must chump block with our 3/3 every turn, we are in a losing position. So I believe we just go for the 2-turn clock here. And hope they continue to flood out a little bit. I'm still a little bit mad about them doing that. I guess it's a trick and they got me, but I don't know. And I did not F6 there. I was just clicking quickly through, phases with, clicking 1 on my keyboard, and they somehow got to sneak in a fatal push in between. I mean, when you F6, sure, you messed up, but here I wasn't F6ing. We still won, but this was kind of lame, I feel like. In any case, that was round 1. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and see you for round 2.